Hey guys, this is a long-play review for TechnoCop on the Amstrad CPC. And yeah, when I was growing up I was totally sold by that cool box art there. And also it being billed as kind of a cross between Road Blasters and Chase HQ meets Robocop. Yep, because the game's split into two parts. There's a driving section, which plays quite similar to Road Blasters and less like Chase HQ. And then there's a scrolling platform shoot 'em up section where you've got to go and arrest or kill a particular bad guy in some deserted building or warehouse. It was a pretty cool concept for a game, actually. Here's the title screen and music. The intro's not very good, but it kind of gets better as it goes along. I'll let you have a little bit of a quick listen. Not bad. Cool title screen as well. Yeah, not bad at all. That bit reminds me of the Synapse music bit, actually. Anyway, talking of the concept, it's another concept from Chris Gray. Now, Chris Gray, I don't know much about him, but he seemed to draw up a lot of concepts for games, like if you remember Infiltrator videos he did not too long ago. What else did he draw up? Obviously TechnoCop. He had his hand in Boulder Dash, apparently, and quite a few other games. I can't find much listed about him on the internet, but I find him quite intriguing that there's a guy out there, not as a programmer, but as a kind of like a guy that comes up with cool concepts for games. I'm sure you can find other stuff he's done. So, like the Infiltrator concept was fly your helicopter in, sneak around a base, sneak into the base and steal documents and do various tasks. Pretty high concept stuff for a 8-bit computer game in the 80s. A bit like TechnoCop, I suppose. It's nice to have a sort of like two different gaming styles, which you'll see very shortly. Okay, programmers. Tony Porter, Gary Priest. They did quite a lot of good games for Gremlin. Let's have a look. Yeah, again, involved with the Gauntlet conversions, which are really good. Skate Crazy, that was good as well. Oh, and of course, like the the first Mask game, which was 2 videos ago. And if you remember watching it, you can tell it's by the same guys, because the sound effects are identical when you shoot your gun and explosions. Anyway, enough about that. Here's the first part of the game. Each mission is split into 2 parts, like I said, a driving mission and then a platform shoot 'em up mission. Here, all you got to do is basically drive along the road and get to the location in time. You got a clock ticking away there, if you can see, sort of the bottom middle left. And here we go, we're getting near to the crime scene, and you get flashed up with your orders. Okay, apartment's being robbed. Caution, armed and dangerous. That's very important, your orders, shoot to kill, because you can either shoot them or you can arrest them. So you can shoot them with your gun or capture them with a net gun weapon, which ensnares them in sort of a giant web and net. Now I like that in the corner there, on the left. It sort of downloads an image into your cockpits and arm. Well, actually, it's an arm. It's on your wrist, isn't it? On your arm. And your cool little gadget there. Right, so we arrived at our destination, and here comes the platform shoot 'em up bitty. Okay, so you're jumping around a sort of a condemned building, going up and down lifts. Oh, there's our bad guy. We've shot him and we've killed him, and there you go. Promotion granted, new rookie. And on this long play, guys, I'm going to go around and find all the objects in the levels. For example, you can rescue captured children. Like there's the cage. Just press down, and we've rescued that kid. I've got all the pickups. I've not spent hours exploring each building, wandering around. I've worked it out and remembered where they were. You can also get extra energy. You see there's 5 blobs in the left below the picture of the criminal. That's your lives within this these type of missions. So you lose all your lives in a mission, it's game over. And back into the car. And how you die on this is obviously you can see a damage meter at the bottom there. You need to be really careful because there's only a couple of pickups within those buildings that you can repair your car with. So you do need to take it easy. But what you need to do obviously is follow your orders and make sure you capture or shoot them correctly, the bad guys in the building. Failure to do so will mean you won't get a promotion. Shooting civilians will lose your promotion. And arriving within the allotted timescales will award you bonuses for your car. Like here, we just got awarded 3 nukes, which you can use by hitting your spacebar, and that will basically blow up everything on the road. But try and save them for basically the last 3 missions, because the road gets really mental and full of cars, and time limits even more stricter. Yes, so what else to mention about the game? I'll come on to, graphics and gameplay and stuff, how it works and blah 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 shortly. Of course, yeah, obviously the aim of the game here is that there's 11 missions, 10 missions of like normal criminals. Okay, sorry, on the next one we've got to arrest them using our net gun. 10 missions. Obviously you've got to get through the building following your radar, which is just above where that clock is ticking down. When we arrive at the building, it will have a direction which we can follow. And on the final mission, you're basically killing the big boss of all these criminals, the DOA gang. Can't remember what DOA stands for. Dead on arrival, death on arrival, I don't know. So on this mission we're after Dave Rock. He's 32 years old and he's a scumbag, probably stinks of piss. He's got a dodgy tash. Looks like I think it was a burglar, I think it said it was. Anyway, our radar direction finder thing in there is pointing bottom right, so he's down below us to the right somewhere. Just follow where I go. I've got the quickest routes throughout the game for these bad guys. Alright, he's just to the left of us. So get a net selected. Fire a few nets, and we've got him. Move over. And there we go, we got a promotion. And that's the other aim of the game. Obviously you can get through all 11 missions, but really you want to get all your promotions. You get a promotion per level. There's about 10 promotions, and to finally get to the ranking of TechnoCop. And then you go on, if you then go and defeat the DOA boss, and that's the game completed. Oh, sorry guys, I was trying to jump there and ended up going into the lift. So yeah, you can kill these guys with your gun. You can always use the net on them as well, but you only get about 4 or 5 nets per mission. So use them sparingly if you need to, of course, arrest the guy. You can shoot them once and they will run away in the opposite direction. Shoot them twice and they die. You do get points for that. But there are civilians in some of the missions, so watch out for them. I'll point that out when it comes to that. Ooh, we've been awarded a turbocharger for our good performance, and also 3 more nukes. The nuke count in the bottom left corner there, it only goes up to 9, but if you manage to get 12 nukes, you do get 12 nukes. The counter just stays at 9. Now onto the game, right. It's good we got the turbocharger. Now this driving mission, it's not particularly. There's not a good sense of speed. It all feels rather a bit sort of slow. I mean, we're going at 230 miles an hour there, and the scenery seems to be scrolling rather slowly. And we've just got that turbo booster, which just means we get up to that 230 miles per hour mark a lot quicker. Be very careful to not skid off the road if you muck up taking the bend too late. Although it's pretty easy to. I'll just use a nuke there. It's pretty easy to sort of keep yourself on the road and get around. Oh, jeez, that's really bad. Yeah, can't do that too many times. You run out of time as well on later levels if you pretty much crash once. But the graphics are really nice. Very, very colourful. I really like that. It is quite a small playing area though, but it does play smoothly. It's it's reasonably responsive, and it's an okay driving game. It's just not a patch on Chase HQ. Pretty much on the same level of Road Blasters, but there's only kind of like basically one sprite for the car. Just his wheels are animated and he sort of bobbles up and down a bit. Alright, now on to the missions. It's sort of switched to a 4-colour graphic mode, which is mode 1 on the Amstrad it's called. Which means basically you can get more detailed sort of high resolution graphics. So it's less blocky than mode 0 full colour, and that's okay. I prefer mode 0, even if it does turn out rather blocky. I do like the Amstrad colour palette being used to its full potential. This plays okay. It's a little unresponsive when you want to jump, so you got to be really careful with that. And this section plays okay, but the bad guy's the same pretty much each time. He either fires his gun up or down, so you just gotta maintain a good distance and be ready to duck and jump when necessary. Takes a little bit of practice getting used to, but after a few games, you'll soon master that. These levels get a little bit more complicated as the game progresses, of course. They get a lot bigger, there's a lot more lifts and holes and stuff, and just require a little bit of exploring and a little bit of trial and error. Because sometimes you can only get to certain sections by falling through holes in the floor. But yeah, that scrolls and plays alright. It's quite nice and smooth. So I was the last game these guys made from Tony Porter and stuff was obviously Mask. I really like that game. I rate that really highly, and they've done a decent job here. It's just not particularly exceptional. It's great. It's a good concept for a game. It certainly made me pop my cash, but overall, it just doesn't. It just doesn't excite as it could have done, as it should have done. Spectrum version is pretty much identical to the Amstrad version, obviously sort of monochrome graphics. The driving sections play a little faster, but only by a little. But obviously the Amstrad version looks much nicer. The warehouse and abandoned building levels play identical pretty much. So overall, probably Amstrad wins out on that. I've not seen the Commodore 64 version though. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit, probably going to be a little bit different to this. I've seen the Amiga version and the Sega Mega Drive. They don't look particularly impressive, really, actually. And the Amstrad and Spectrum version, by the looks of it, sort of plays quite a bit more tighter. Not as messy. So yeah, not bad overall. I'd only get this on disc though. I mean, with the benefit of emulation, it won't be a problem. But I bought this on cassette, and the multi-load on this is a nightmare because each driving and each shoot 'em up mission has to load separately. Oh, there's tools to repair the car. Anyway, multi-loading on cassette, absolute pain in the arse. It's really frustrating because, you know, at the end of the day, you want to achieve each of your ranks and defeat each of the bad guys. If he managed to knock me on the arse there, and he gets away, then I miss out on my promotion. But the game continues, which I suppose is good because you can get to see the later levels. But if you want to complete the game properly, you have to basically quit and start all over again, which is not so good. And obviously, if you die, it's a case of rewinding the cassette all the way back to the start of side B and loading each one up again. It's not particularly inspiring. I've been okay with multi-load games before, when the games have been good, and each level, you know, has a bit of variety to them. Like a lot of Ocean licenses, like Untouchables or Batman the movie. I'm fine without loading each level and having to rewind because the game was really decent, and each level had variety, which made you want to sort of go back and try again. With this pretty much stays exactly the same throughout. Same driving stuff, the scenery doesn't change. Apart from special weapons, sorry I forgot to mention that I got a reward there. I've now got a missile launcher which destroys cars in one go. So that does help a little bit, and there is another sort of special weapon you get later on. But again, the shoot 'em up missions pretty much, you know, look and play identical, and sort of drab 4-colour buildings, in black and red. Not very inspiring. Although of course those levels do get a little bit more complex, so there's a little bit more exploration to do and work out. So we got Capture Alive, and 938 Crime in Progress, whatever that is. That's a child held hostage. Oh dear. Well, that's the thing though, these missions, you never see like the child being held hostage behind like the you know, the criminal you're after. It's just the same criminal each time. So those messages are a little bit pointless, but sometimes add a little bit of humour to the game. For example, there's some really strange crimes later on, like something involve a granny. There's another mission where a criminal was baby bashing or something like that, something really bizarre. This guy was pretty tricky to find. There's quite a lot of lifts and areas in this one. There's basically a lift that goes all the way up to the top in the bottom left corner. You don't think it does because it actually skips a level and there's not a lift on that on a particular level, so you think the lift stops just below the criminal. But in fact it will zoom right up to the top. So that got me stuck for a while on this level. Oh, tools there to repair the car damage. Nice. Those pickups always appear in the same place, but may be different each time you play the game, so if I reloaded, that might have been a child held hostage there or a first aid kit, but they always appear in the same place. And there he is. Quickly move left. Ooh, just about avoided him. Now you can use the gun to take away his energy before using your net, because you only get 4 or 5 nets, so you don't want to run out of nets before his energy's down and you can arrest him. So remember that, guys. Things slow down a little bit when you get those messages appearing at the top there. Oh dear. As soon as we're back to normal, it moves nice and fast. Very smooth. Just boring backdrops though. Bit of a shame. Have I seen any civilians in these missions yet? I'm not sure. I'll have to point them out when I see one. I can't remember what the penalty is when you if you kill a civilian. You perhaps may not get your nukes like there, or you may not get your or you may get demoted to rank. I can't remember. Whoa! Oh, check out my skill. Went off road and round the other way. Right, stage 6 of 10. Well, 11 actually, with the final boss. Where are we? We're about sort of 20 minutes into this video. We've got 45 minutes worth of game. Shall I continue commentating through the rest of it? Well, let's see how we go. Let's see how bored I get. Oh, bit of a mess there. Use a nuke to get out of there. You don't want to lose any time. Your vehicle's pretty nimble though. You can bash cars off the road though. That is a little bit chase HQE. Basically a race against the criminals in time. Like I said, it's more like road blasters or something like that. Oh yeah, and the computer takes over when you reach your criminal. There it is. The computer takes over, slows your vehicle down and brings it to a halt on the right. Can be a little bit annoying if your time's ticking away and getting close to running out. Sometimes you just want to stop the car yourself because you can brake harder. Anyway, who's this guy then? Bob Davis. Looks like he's got like a Mohican and punk hair. I can't remember what his crime was now. Yeah, if you jump you can sort of speed through levels a lot quicker. Right, repair a car. I think that's probably the last repair kit actually you find in the game. Well, in this playthrough at least. So remember, look after your car and don't bother trying ramming guys off the road. You'll just lose energy. Where is he? Very nearly got hit there. Yeah, sound effects a bit limited in these missions. Oh well. I think there's a pickup I'm going for here somewhere. Oh, there's a civilian there. He looks like a hiker with a backpack. Robin Hood hat on. So don't shoot the little hikers because they're civilians. Oh, we got a weapon upgrade, well a car upgrade. We now got hydraulic sidearms. Which means if cars bash into you from the side or behind, they get bounced off the road, like so. but you may still get knocked yourself or lose or gain damage if you attack them from the side. Really, it's only any use if they're coming up from behind you. If you just like lost some speed or whatever. See there, I tried to ram him off there and I lost all my speed and took a little bit of damage, I think. So they're not majorly useful, only if you're going a bit slow and there's a guy coming up behind you. That will knock them straight off. Saving my nukes as much as possible. Alright, okay, we've got an A24 in progress. Deserted offices. Aren't they all? Oh, I've got a drug deal going down. Bring in for interrogation, i.e. arrest of your gun net. That's right, just your net. I do think that's pretty cool how you get different orders flash through. And then you get a download picture of the bad guy in question and their stats. That's a really nice touch. Yeah, this game had so much potential. If it really was a cross between, a proper cross between got Chase HQ and Road Blasters elements just right, and like a Robocop element right, this game would have been an absolute classic. Unfortunately, as it is, it's not. Only a little bit of a letdown. Although I wasn't happy when I had it on cassette. The benefit of emulators or having it on disc, this would rate a lot higher. Alright, this map gets a little bit more complicated. There's quite a few holes in the floor and you got to know where to jump down. Don't fall down that area there where I just jumped over. That will take you right down to the bottom of the floor there and kill you. Drop down there, and there's a bad guy coming up any second. Switch to our net because we've got to capture him. There we go. New ranking, Enforcer. Now we could drop down there, just lose one life, and move on quickly. But I think there's a pickup here somewhere to the right. From first aid. See, we just gained ourselves another life. Now I got 5 lives in total. Those bad guys look a little bit strange and comic. One of them looks like he's wearing a sock on his head. And who's that? That looks like he's wearing a judge's wig or something like that. But he throws axes at you. Or hatchets, actually, more likely. He looks like he could be a Red Indian or something like that. Right, stage 8. Well, I've commentated for 30 minutes now. I might as well just do the rest of it, I suppose. That's where the hydraulic arms were useful. That yellow van code up behind me there, I sorted him out. It's quite tricky to shoot the cars, actually. You get used to it there after a while. It's a game that does require a little bit of practice, which obviously is a nightmare with multi-load cassettes. I just wish the driving sections had a bit more sense of speed about it. It's a rather tiny playing area as well, I've already mentioned that. Not known for violence. Right, we're capture alive. What's the 232? Stolen goods. Ah, boring. Right, here's our guy, Cam Davey, age 22. Let's have a look at his ugly mug. Looks more like an old man. Not 22 years old. Again, quite a big and complex map. A little bit tricky to work out. But just follow my route and you'll be alright. Obviously be careful with those jumps. Actually I meant to do that, don't worry. No, I need to get to the bottom lift here. And basically go all the way up to the top. Bad guy's just there down on the right. Makes things a little bit tough. When we get to him, when we need to stand safely, when we need to jump, obviously we press up, but we end up going into the left each time. Okay, that's just about the right distance. I'm being really cautious because I don't want to mess up on level 8 when we're so close to the end. Yay! You ranking commander! Right, just got a couple of pickups on this level. Something to the left here. Like an Indiana Jones guy there, actually. With fedora and whip. Civilian walking by there. Just about to get mashed with that hatchet being thrown. Nice. Oh, bag of money there. Gives you extra points. And I think that's all the pickups on this level. There's usually about 2 per level. Right, stage 9. Okay, so let's sum up a bit of a review, seeing as we're very close to the end. Nice graphics in this bit, nice and colourful, very well defined sprites. Could have done a few more frames of animation on the car, for example when you turn in left or turning right, you know, just to give you a bit more sense of driving properly. Not so good at graphics on the you know, the derelict building missions. They're detailed but just basically dull. There's not much going on and it's 4-colour graphics. How does it play? Well, it's smooth. You know, there's it's a decent frame rate. It plays alright. Controls are reasonably responsive. But is it any fun? Yeah, it is a bit fun actually. It's sort of when you know what you're doing, you've had a few practices, but only if you had it on disc or playing by emulation. It's nice that the car missions vary a little bit with oh, hey, Granny held hostage. Okay, suspect extremely violent. Shoot to kill. Don't mess about with grannies. So yeah, review. Plays rather well. Decent enough fun if you play it on emulator or disc. Got to stop repeating myself. But you know, generally, great concept. Execution, not bad overall. It's programmed well. It's just it just doesn't excite. It had a lot more potential to be a lot better. I think these derelict building missions kind of let it down a bit. But still, it's pretty decent. So I think I'm gonna give this. Let's give it a score out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. I think that's fair. By no means a classic, but it's still a good game. very easy to find the bad guy in this mission. Go all the way to the top in the first lift, all the way to the bottom in the second lift you come to, and there he is in the bottom right corner. Ah! Obviously I was trying to jump there, but I ended up going in the lift. Oh yeah, to get out of a lift on a particular level section, stop going down to the next level, you press fire and right or fire and left and you'll jump out. And if you press fire and up, the lift will move up, and fire and down, the lift will move down. If you've got a lift like there, where you can go wobble down, in. Sorry for wasting your time, keep accidentally jumping in the lift. Ooh! You can jump over the high projectiles, it's high bullets. Yay! New ranking, Top Cop. Well, if we do the next mission and get the bad guy, then we finally get the ranking of TechnoCop. Hey! Now there's a couple of pickups in this level to get. Go about this way you came, and then just go down one level and then to your right. You don't need to get all these. There's no real reward for it, of course. You know, just extra life, or extra energy for your car. It's nice to rescue the kids in the cages, but you don't get any sort of bonus for that apart from points. So you can just go through your levels, just arresting or shooting the bad guys. You can go back to your car if you want, but just for the sake of completion, I found them all. Right, level 9. Oh, sorry, no, level 10, aren't we? So this should be the last of the normal missions. Time limit to get to the destination though is well tight. You'll see it flash up any second. 2 minutes to get there. It's pretty much the same distance each time, but with shorter time limits. You can't afford to fuck up though. One major crash and you're pretty much out the running and getting there in time. So be very careful, keep your speed up, get into the turns as quick as you can. And an absolute emergency is using nukes. I'm saving up plenty for the final mission against the DOA boss. Right, here's our mission details. Baby being crushed. How horrible. And we only have to capture him alive. I guess he'll be better rotting in prison. I think the programs are starting to take a piss here a bit. Mr. Paisley, age 30, you evil little bastard. I'm taking you in, son, down the nick. Okay, we're going to get there with seconds to spare. Wow, actually quite a few seconds actually. That's pretty good. Right, final building. Well, the normal missions. Again, quite a large building. Follow my route, there's your first pickup. He's in the far bottom left corner, but we're just going to get our pickups here because they're quite handy and nearby. There's a civilian, mine the civilian, looks like a hiker. I'm starting to repeat myself now, running out of stuff to say about the game. I apologise. Yeah, careful timing those jumps. And the way to get to this guy is you need to fall down that hole there. Because he can only get to that lift by falling down through that hole. And here he is. No sign of the baby though. Thank God. We'll assume it's safe. Yay, we are now a TechnoCop. Well, hey, you've got the highest ranking. Job done. Now we just need to get out. Just looking up what the name of your car is called the VMAX. Sounds rather Mad Max actually. It's actually got a little bit of a Mad Max vibe about it anyway actually. Yeah, and the criminal gang called DOA stands for, what was it? I've lost it again. Death on Arrival. Yep. Cool, right, this is our last driving bit. I'm going to go crazy on my nukes in this now. Might as well use them up. Well, until we have to. Must have about 15 nukes left or something like that. Yeah, that's where you need to use them, especially on tight bends like that with a lot of vehicles in the road. Not worth taking damage or skidding off the road and losing time. Not taking any chances this time. Let's use up our nukes. Alright, got 8 left now. Approaching DOA headquarters. Caution, extreme danger. Shoot to survive. And shoot to kill. So we're not arresting the big boss, we're going to kill him. All very violent. His name's Kingpin. We don't know his age, we don't know his weight, but we've got his picture and he's an ugly bastard. Ooh, just going to do it in time. In fact, running into the back of that car there just slowed me down enough to basically get pulled up in time, just with 4 seconds to spare. Here's a little shortcut, might as well drop down there. You lose a life, but you're right where you need to be. Now there's a little bit of tricky jumping involved here. On the next level up, you've got to position yourself just right. The section you need to jump on is kind of hidden behind a pillar. So there it is. See that? Right, there you go. You can jump and land in the middle there. Trick is sort of stand sort of just but where you got that pink door coming up, stand in the middle of that door or just to the right of it, in the middle, and there you go. You'll always land in the middle. Right, here he is, Kingpin. Die, you son of a bitch. Ooh. And that's it. Well, he says we've got a new ranking, it's just a blank square. We've already got the highest ranking of TechnoCop already. So, job done. All we need to do, get back to the start of the level on our VMAX car. And there's a couple more pickups on the way. And that's it, we've completed the game. Is there much of an ending? Well, there is an ending. Wait and see, but there's not much to write home about. Well, you'll see any second. Yeah, that was the last pickup on this level. So we're just getting back to the start. Nearly there. There we go, and we've done it. We've completed TechnoCop. Woohoo! There you go, that's the end of the game. Rather nice picture there to end with, but that's all you get, guys. Nah, could have given us a little bit more. Nice little bit of animation or something like that, resting the killing the final guy. But that's a nicely drawn picture though. But hey, how about some music to go with that? Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, I gave that, what was it, 7.5 out of 10? Yeah, I think that's fair. It's not a master game, it's not a rave, somewhere in the middle. And just to add insult to injury there, you press space bar to hopefully reload the game, but it crashes. Whoa! Ah well, not a brilliant ending. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Cheers.